now back. Hi everyone, Allison here. Do you know what a legend is? A map has a legend. It tells you where water, parks, and railways are. But that's not the type of legend I'm talking about. I'm referring to the legends, which are stories, very often not literally true, that convey a meaningful tale. Now, if you've ever tried researching the history of Wisconsin's tribes, you may not have much luck, because most of their history is passed down from generation to generation through storytelling or legends. I'm here with John Detloff, who's going to tell us a few stories or legends about the Chippewa flowage. So John, what can you tell us?
Well, right now we're standing on the shores of the beautiful Chippewa flowage, and this is a very unique body of water. It's not only a tremendous fishery, but it's also a wilderness sanctuary. The fishing here is second to none. In fact, we're very famous for our muskie fishing, and right here across the lake on the island behind you, the world record muskie was even caught, and that was way back in 1949. It was a 69-pound, 11-ounce fish that was over 5 feet long, so it was actually just about as tall as you.
Wow, that's a big fish. That's almost as much as I weigh.
And ever since that fish was caught, it even brought more attention to the Chippewa flowage, and more big fish were caught, and guides, sprang up to fill the need of people wanting to go fishing.
Well, I guess fishing is quite legendary here, but what about the people?
Oh, the people are great. There's, of course, the Lakota tribe, who's been here for well over 200 years. There was an old village behind us here called Pequayawong, and it was established by the local Indians, the Lakota tribe, before 1800.
Wow.
And the first white settler moved into the old trading post back in around 1865. His name was Thad Thayer. So he actually made it more of a permanent settlement, and that's when it became a trading post. And more people kind of gathered around and moved into the area. But once the talk to create the Chippewa flowage began, naturally the people were resistant to seeing their homeland flooded. But progress marches on, and they actually had to pass an act of Congress to create the flowage. It was known as the Federal Power Act of 1920. Once that was passed, then it opened the door for reservoirs to be created on Indian lands, and then the dam was built, and the people of the old trading post were relocated to what we now call New Post, about a mile back the other way, and then the flowage was created.
Thanks for the story, John. Well, I guess a long and winding river has a lot of tales to tell. Here's another legend for you.
Hi everyone, CJ again. You know as well as I do that in order to move through a river, you could do one of two things. You can either swim or boat. Since I forgot my swim trunks, I can't swim across. So maybe I could make a canoe. The American Indians used to do it all the time. Canoes are made for travel and for harvesting rice, and was made from birch bark. The birch bark was sewn together using tree roots and was made from handmade tools from the environment, like rocks, wood, and animal bones to construct the canoe. Today it's a lot easier with metal tools and power saws, so let's see how it used to be done. You'll need to cut down a birch tree to make the canoe. Black spruce tree roots for sewing and lashing the birch pieces together, and cedar wood to make the ribs and planks of the canoe. The process starts by carefully removing the birch bark. Then the bark is rolled out on a flat surface, bark side up. Make a frame out of cedar to put on top of the birch. Then fold up the sides of the birch bark. More birch can be cut and sewn to help build up the sides of the canoe. Once that sets, then you need to seal the holes and seams with spruce gum, which helps waterproof the canoe. Next, put the inwales and outwales on. Inwales and outwales are wooden frames that will give the canoe its support. Lastly, make the ribs and planks by cutting cedar into thin strips. Then, soak it in hot water so it can be molded to fit the insides of the canoe. Then, Secure the ribs and planks to the insides of the canoe, and it's ready to float. See, all you need is a little bit of ingenuity and a whole lot of elbow grease. Now some paddles. Let's see, where did I put them?
Well, now you can see how vital our waterways are. You can get food from it, play in it, and even travel from place to place on it. So it's important to take care of what Mother Earth gave us.
If you want to wade into a little more information about our precious waterways, log on to intotheoutdoors.org.
Coming up next, what do animals, trees, and waterways have in common? You're going to find out soon, so stay with us.
Don't go away, there's more.